What's the deal, y'all? Rich Trapper tapping in TNN Trap News Network. Back in the same, like cook cracking the same. TNN Trap News Network. News you can use. Get knowledge you throw you ain't finna get in nobody's college you throw. Knowledge you can't get in nobody's college. News you can use. Tap in with the tap in. You feel me? You feel me? We finna jump into this good content, man. Make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe. Here's something I need y'all to know, man. Child safety is nothing to play with. Child safety is nothing to make fun of. Child safety is nothing to make light of or nothing like that. We want to make sure that everybody is safe. All our men, our women, our children, our kids, our loved ones, and all that, we want to make sure that they're safe. So, after being challenged to deal with me in a boxing match and being humiliated at the fact that he wouldn't, he decides to put salacious rumors on me, questioning my sexuality and all that kind of stuff. And then when I didn't care about that, and that didn't bother me, he decided that he wanted to attack my children and their school. Wanted to attack my children in school. For those of you guys who don't know, let me go ahead and pull this up. Man. He just continues with the threats, I guess. Oh, hey man, I'm afraid for my life. I'm terrified for my life, and the safety of my children is at risk. So let me go ahead. Hold on, let me send this off real quick. So yeah, it all started with a boxing match, man. I challenged Wack. We had some disagreements online, and I challenged him to a boxing match. And he declined. And I think that really embarrassed him. I think that humiliated him. I think that made him feel a way that he's not, really able to process. And it was just a boxing match, man. It's just a friendly sport. I love the sport of fighting. I love the sport of boxing and all that kind of stuff. It had no real malice or anything like that, man. It was just, a friendly boxing competition. And his lack of ability to confront me physically in a boxing ring led to him making up these crazy rumors about me. And that's fine. We're all in this content space. People are going to say what they want to say. People are going to feel how they want to feel and all that kind of stuff. But, I can't control what is and what isn't said, what isn't and what isn't done and all that kind of stuff. Cool, perfect. This is the right one. And what I can't do is jump through the comments and fight every single person who makes a comment that I don't like. So hey, man, if you think that that's a funny joke and all that kind of stuff, and you're a man and if you're a man and your idea of interest is the activities of another man's genitalia, hey man, this is a safe space. So when that didn't work, he then decided that he wants to send threats of harm to my children's school. Let's pull this up. Yeah, I didn't want to do it to you. Now I got to snatch you too. I'm going to let you have fun, but now I'm going to have my fun. Blah, 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 wooty bam, and all that kind of stuff. I say, yeah, actually, I'm glad you text. Wooty bam. Caught you, Mr. Griner. Again, he uses the wrong version of your. You know what's crazy? People will believe rumors from a person who does not know how to spell your versus your. Here it is right here. The grammar here is atrocious. The biggest crime here is how the school system has failed as what is now an almost 50-year-old man who doesn't understand the proper grammatical text of your versus your. One being your to show ownership. We are going to your house, pick up your shoes. This is your pencil. The other one being a combination of you are, Y-O-U apostrophe R-E. You're going to go get something to eat. You're finna go to the mall. You're blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? So, that's pretty much that. When it comes down to it, that's probably the most threatening and harmful thing, just this poor use of the English language. But we'll continue to move past that. Again, you see him admitting to himself and to now those all watching us that he did, in fact, put weird rumors on me because he wasn't, able to handle me in a physical conflict of a boxing match. So you attack my masculinity and my manhood, which is fine. That doesn't. It bothered me at first. I ain't gonna lie. I was pissed. But now I really don't give a damn. Is it annoying sometimes? Yeah, but if you annoy me too much, I'll just block you from my page and I don't have to see you. You know what I'm saying? So there's that. But when that started to not work, because the narrative then became clear of a lot of men are really interested in my turtle, as Gigi would say. You know what I'm saying? My turtle, as Gigi would say. That's that. I don't know why so many men are interested in my turtle. No turtles in the chat for my turtle. Didn't care about that. And, the conversation kind of got shifted to, well, why are all these men supposedly harboring so many turtle pictures? That's that. And then he got upset because that narrative began to fade away. And now the narrative is he's going to come up to my children's school and attack them. And not only is he going to attack the children, he's going to use threats of my sexuality, you feel me, Thank you. Hey, man, I appreciate it. Thoughts and prayers in my time of need, man. Thank you guys. I really appreciate it. I really do appreciate it, man. Because, the problem is the kids. You know what I mean? The problem is the kids. That's what we're here to focus on. Respectfully, he wouldn't be able to live down getting the ish beat out of him by a man of your stature, your moral. Him being a big bad gang member, you being non-affiliated. I'm definitely non-affiliated. Now I can understand that too. So when it came to the concept of so many men having, good night, guys. Love you.
Love you.
Love you guys. You guys go to school, close the iron and all that?
Yes.
Okay. Who said no?
I did. No, I didn't.
Okay. You said no?
We said yes.
Okay, cool. Love you guys. Have a blessed night. Love you guys. Say your prayers, okay? Love those guys. How could you want to threaten them? How could you want to threaten them? So, with that being said, somebody else put something in my ear. Let me read you guys this. You got caught on Grindr. You're wrong one. Gay. We all will never forget that. We'll never forget. We all will never. Yeah, this is horrible, man. The English language is really hard. The English language. We all will never forget that. Okay, cool. So my response is, if you want an off-camera call, tap in. You want to play content, and I'm speaking to you as a real father. We ain't playing with kids. That's because he's already called me 18 times saying that I'm gonna put a campaign on you and all that. Like right now, he's teaming up with Luce the Smoker, and they're campaigning on me. They're running my name through the mud. So here we have the guy who was not willing to box with me, so he wanted to call me salacious names, and when that didn't work, wants to now attack my children, conversing with the man who is a Yistel meth head. Interesting. Hey, but you guys believe what you want to believe. Narratives are hard. So with that being said, I said, we ain't playing with kids. He says, you ain't nobody. Watch the campaign I run on you being on Grindr. We got the kids schooling and all the teachers gonna know. That is actual assault. And that is child endangerment. Let's take it to ChatGPT. Let's take it to ChatGPT real quick, because I need you guys to know the severity of this. Because that's actually actual assault. That's actually actual assault. Let me get back into this. Hold on real quick. ChatGPT. Here it is. Let's get into it. Boom. Can I ask you a question? Let me see. Oh, my bad. Oh, let me cut this off real quick. All right, cool. Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question?
Of course. Ask me anything.
Do you remember the conversation we were having earlier about WACK100 sending threats to my children's school?
Yes, I remember. You shared that WACK100 was making threats involving your children's school and personal information, which was extremely concerning. We discussed steps you could take to document everything, involve law enforcement, and protect yourself and your family.
So my next question to you is, if he's saying that he's going to send information about him alleging in bold lies that I have same-sex relations with other men to my children's school, meaning their principals as well as their teachers, would that be considered sexual harassment, considering that this is an elementary school and he's trying to get that information to my children and their teachers and principals?
It could indeed be considered a form of harassment, especially since it's targeting an elementary school environment and involves false, personal accusations. While the term sexual harassment typically refers to unwelcome sexual advances or conduct of a sexual nature that creates a hostile environment, spreading false allegations about someone's personal life to their children's school could definitely be seen as defamatory and an attempt to create a hostile or harmful environment for you and your family.
My next question is, he's also made threats of sending falsified pictures and videos of what is alleged to be me in same-sex relations with a man, but that's completely false and 100% a lie. Would that also be considered sexual harassment, considering the fact that he as a man is sending nude pictures or maybe videos, because I'm not really sure what he is lying about sending, to the school and to the principal, as well as trying to get children to see this?
Yes, Sending falsified explicit images or videos, especially to a school environment and involving children, could definitely be considered a form of sexual harassment and possibly even more serious offenses. This kind of behavior could fall under laws against distributing explicit material, defamation, and endangering the welfare of minors. It's not only a violation of privacy, but also an attempt to cause significant emotional and reputational harm. Reporting this.
Now, I would like to dig deeper into the situation with minors. Would that be called sexual harassment towards a minor, or would that be attempted P word that I can't say because we're on a YouTube live, but it refers to adults having um, explicit relations with children? Would that fall under that type of category?
What you're describing could potentially be categorized as an attempt to expose minors to explicit material, which is a serious offense. Depending on the jurisdiction and the specifics, it could fall under laws against the distribution of explicit content to minors, which is often considered a form of exploitation or endangerment. While it might not precisely fall under the legal definition of sexual harassment toward a minor, it is definitely a severe criminal act and could be prosecuted under laws related to the exploitation or endangerment of children.
So, with that being said, would that make him possibly have to register for crimes against children, like Megan's Law and other things like that, that predators have to register with if he is indeed convicted?
If he were convicted of a crime involving the distribution of explicit material to minors or endangering the welfare of children, it is possible that he could be required to register as a sex offender, depending on the specific charges and the laws of the jurisdiction. Crimes that involve the exploitation or endangerment of children often carry severe penalties, including mandatory registration under laws like Megan's Law. However, the exact outcome would depend on the charges, the evidence, and the legal proceedings. If the court finds that his actions meet the criteria for offenses that require registration, then yes, he could be subject to those requirements. It's a very serious matter, and law enforcement would handle it accordingly if these actions are proven and prosecuted.
Based off what I've told you, would that fall possibly under these categories? And would I have a strong case to say that he's doing that? And considering the fact that I'm in Atlanta, Georgia, and he's in Las Vegas, it could be a federal situation because he's crossing state lines.
Yes, based on what you've shared, you would likely have a strong case. The threats and actions you described could indeed fall under serious criminal categories, especially since they involve interstate communication and potential harm to minors. This would make it a matter of federal concern, and federal authorities like the FBI could get involved due to the interstate nature of the threats and potential offenses. The combination of harassment, making false and explicit claims, and targeting a school or minors significantly strengthens your case and makes it a matter that law enforcement would take very seriously. It's definitely advisable to report all this information to federal and local authorities so they can investigate and take appropriate action. This way, you can ensure that you're protecting yourself, your family, and holding the responsible party accountable.
So, let's get back into this.
Absolutely. Let's dive back in.
You ain't nobody. Watch the campaign. I run on you. Being on Grinder. Got the kids school, and all the teachers are gonna know. Tell them to ask 600. Y'all slow. Y'all slow as fuck. You ain't nobody. You ain't nobody for the rest of your life. You ain't nobody. You'll be trying for the rest of your little fake life. That's cool. And then he confirms it. This is where it gets even slower. This is where it gets even slower. Hold on real quick. Let me pull this back up. He has just sent me a text message that says, quote, plays in motion. Schools will be notified this week confirming locations, almost pinpointing your gym as well. And yeah, that page, yeah, that blow up. Boy, Luce Cannon gave me the personal S word on you, big dummy. So now he's saying that he's confirming that he sent information that I've sent you that I'm concerned about to my children's school, and he said that the play's in motion. He's also saying that the gym that I work out at, that I frequent, that everyone knows that I am, is now been compromised, and he's given up that location as well. What does that look like as far as him being in Nevada and me being in Atlanta? Let's start off with him saying that he's given the play to be set in motion for sending the attacks to the children's school.
This escalation is extremely serious. By stating that he's put a plan in motion to target your children's school and revealing your gym location, he's not only crossing legal boundaries, but also potentially engaging in criminal conduct. Since he's in Nevada and you're in Atlanta, the threats and actions he's describing would likely fall under federal jurisdiction due to the interstate nature of the threats. From a legal perspective, this could involve multiple charges, including but not limited to 1. Stalking or harassment, making repeated threats and taking actions to intimidate or harass you and your family. 2. Endangerment, threatening the safety of minors and disclosing sensitive information about a school. 3. Interstate threats, communicating threats across state lines, which can be prosecuted at the federal level. Given these factors, law enforcement, both local and federal, would take this very seriously. You should promptly provide this new evidence to the authorities so they can take immediate action to protect you, your family, and hold him accountable. Let me know if there's anything else you'd like to discuss or clarify.
So, at that, because I'm so afraid, I'm begging for my life here, guys. You know, that's me sending a message saying that, hey, man, you know, as a matter of fact, I'll play it for you guys because I'm just so scared, and we need to make sure that this is all documented, man. I'm so scared. I am so scared. I am so scared. I am so scared. It is a federal crime, and you on my life. It is a federal crime for you to threaten my children and their school from one state to another, Cash McElroy Jones. I've already sent, go ahead and play this. I'm on my live. You got the content. I've already sent this to the principal. I've already forwarded to the chief of the school system, and I've already forwarded to their teachers. I have a meeting with my lawyer tomorrow, as well as the teachers, as well, because you're going to see this anyway. The content's already uploading, and I'm on live, so don't worry about it. I can tell you about it. My lawyer, the chief of the police for the school system, the superintendent, their teachers, and the principal, we all have a meeting tomorrow. And they've informed me to not only take this situation to a local level, as you are in Las Vegas, Nevada, as I am in Atlanta, Georgia, also to a federal level, because by you sending these threats at their school, as I'm talking to you, receiving an email from the head of the police of the school saying we take these threats extremely serious, as vague as they may be. We are very aware of the situation, and we'll continue to press forward. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow, Mr. Hill. Damn it. Damn it. As they've already advised me to take this to a federal level. Because you threatened my kids when you said, you ain't nobody. Watch the campaign I run on you, being on Grindr. We got the kids schooling, and all the teachers gonna know. Now you're texting me saying, plays in motion. Schools will be notified this week, confirming locations. Almost pinpointing your gym as well. It's 240 North Highland Avenue, Atlanta, Georgia, 30308. You ain't got to worry about that. North Highland Avenue, 240 North Highland Avenue, 30308, North Atlanta, Georgia. Get into that. And yeah, boy, watch your page blow up. Boy, Luce Cannon gave me the personal ish on you, big dummy. So now you're trying to say that Luce Cannon from a federal penitentiary is giving you information on me, which you are using to harass me, my family, and my children. Got it. Cool. Good to know. Got it. Cool. Good to know. Got it. Cool. Good to know. Save your money because y'all finna be sellies. This is where he goes. Okay. Email blast sent. Hold on. Let's go back to this. I just received another text message from him. Says, okay, email blast sent the schools. I mean, we were able to get a total history on Grindr. Well, let's just start there. He's saying that he sent the email blast to my school. What does that mean as far as me continuously pushing this case?
If he's actually sent out an email blast with false and defamatory information to your children's school, that significantly strengthens your case. It demonstrates that he's actively following through on his threats and attempting to harm your reputation and your children's environment. This could be considered defamation, spreading false and harmful information about you; cyber harassment, using electronic communication to harass and intimidate; interference with your children's education, disrupting their school environment with false allegations. Given that this is now a documented action, it further solidifies your position in pursuing legal action. You should report this new development to the authorities and your legal counsel immediately.
Already did. I'm sorry, continue.
No problem. The fact that he's crossing state lines to commit these acts means federal authorities would likely have jurisdiction, making it more straightforward to pursue legal action. This also gives you strong grounds for protective measures such as restraining orders and ensures that law enforcement can intervene more effectively. Let me know if you need any more details or have other questions about the next steps.
So he goes, I mean, we were able to get your total history on Grindr. So you decided to deep dive into a male on male dating app. We got 241 people in here. Fellas, y'all ever been so mad at a man that y'all did a deep dive into a male on male dating app? You wanted to see a plethora of pin 15s, didn't you? A gaggle of gagglers. You did a deep dive. Okay, now we're circumventing that to the community. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Oh, we've already figured out. I've already contacted YouTube. My lawyer already hit YouTube up. See, here's the thing. I don't mean like lawyer, like how these niggas be lying. Like, no, my lawyer already hit YouTube up. He gave me the links. I was talking to the YouTube people in the chat. If you send me with a copyright, blah, 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 you're going to end up with a false copyright claim. You're going to lose your page. You're going to lose your page. If you hit me, and the beautiful thing about my page, all my things are green. Nothing is copyright. Nothing is anything. Everything is green. And the fact, free game YouTubers, the fact, if you go to your channel and you look at your videos, you have a green $sign, you have a yellow $sign, you have a red $sign. If all of them are green, that means that you fit all of YouTube standards. If you hit me with a copyright claim, the worst I can get is a warning. And when I get the warning, I'll challenge it and they'll reject it and bring it back and you'll lose your page. That's an actual factual. So go ahead and just check. And if your signs are yellow, hit review. It'll give you a chance to review it and then make it green. Free game, guys. Now we're circumventing that. Now we're circumventing that through the community. So now you have a bunch of men who are passing around turtle pictures. So you have a bunch of men who are in a group chat deep diving down into men on men activities, looking for pictures of what they believe is my turtle. Despite the fact of never ever seeing my turtle, which means that you are just now randomly perusing the turtle tanks, trying to find a turtle. That is a lot, bro. That is a lot. That is a lot. That is a lot. Y'all got that though. Y'all got that though. Hey, we were able to tap into your security community, so we'll be able to blast them next. My security community? Be careful, because my security guard's pretty dangerous. Be careful, because that guy's pretty dangerous, but I don't know why you're threatening him. So now you're threatening my security guard. Now you're threatening my security guard. You're going to compromise. So, well, here's the thing. You're going to blast him next. What are you going to do to my security guard? Are you going to try to infiltrate him so he does harm to me and leak my information? Are you trying to get my whereabouts of where I live? Are you trying to find out where I live so you can do harm to me? I don't know, man, because we're going to discuss all this when I go to the school tomorrow, where I'll be sitting with an FBI field agent, the head of the school police system, the principal, the teachers, and the superintendent, because you decided to threaten the school, an elementary school. Let's keep going. We'll blast him. Oh yeah, your request for white men only is crazy. I don't even know what that means. Come tomorrow, you're going to be viral. Told you today, leave me alone. And I say, perfect. Now let me make sure I get all this to the school. I'm scared for my life. Please stop. You're causing me terror. He then sends me something that is extremely pixelated that I can't understand because I'm not sure what this pixelated thing is. But this is what I do want to point out. BN, you ain't me. This is no jumper, gang, no grinder. The no jumper bloods have attacked me. I'm scared. Adam, I did not know that no jumper doubled as a criminal enterprise for the bloods. I didn't know that no jumper doubled as a criminal enterprise for the bloods. No jumper gang, is that why you guys attacked Jay Reed? Because he was an alleged crip and the no jumper bloods attacked him as a result of? Is that what happened? Is that why you guys did that? Cash McElroy Jones. Is that why? Well, you can't say Luce Cannon because he has, this is what we're going to say too. Luce Cannon has nothing to do with this. Oh, Luce Cannon gave me your information. Luce Cannon gave you information. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. You're just trying to throw him under the bus. The fact is though, you're now admitting that no jumper is a gang. And there was a crazy attack that ended with 2 men being brutalized, 1 man being stripped of his unmentionables and put in a hospital at your call, in your command. Now you're saying the no jumper gang is what's coming to get me. You just bang no jumper bloods on me. Yeah, I'm scared, man. I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm not gonna even dare to say no jumper K. I don't want any problems with the no jumper bloods. So I don't know if Adam is aware that you guys are, using no jumper as, a secret underground no jumper gang meeting spot, no jumper gang. I know you're this super high ranking Paru blood who's able to give guns, at your words, able to give guns to Crips, able to chase Future through a federal airport with an attempt to do harm to him. You are, what else did you say? You send face tattooed bloods to people's house to provide protection for them, and then when they cross you or make you feel a type of way that is a little bit less than favorable, you attack them. Now you're telling me that be in, you ain't me, no jumper, gang, no grinder. Yeah, man, I'm terrified. I'm scared for my life. I am scared for my life. I am scared. I am scared. I am scared. I am scared for my life. I am terrified. I am terrified. I am terrified. I am terrified. So, you see right there, I said, I'm scared for my life. Please stop. You're causing me terror. Causing me terror. With that being said, man, red dots to the left. The rest. I'm gonna do my best to stay away from that no jumper gang. I know those guys are pretty dangerous. I know that no jumper gang gets wild, man. So we got stalking, sexual harassment, criminal threats, attempted exposure, explicit material to minors, defamation, cyberbullying. This is bad. And he continues to send messages even after I said I'm scared for my life. Then he calls me a BN. Crazy work. Crazy work. The no jumper bloods are coming to get me, you guys. The no jumper bloods are coming to get me. I'm just trying to look out for my kids, man. Just trying to, the no jumper bloods. B team, can you guys call me? Munchie B, can you please reach out to save me? Where's King Pill when you need him? Where is King Pill when you need him? Only King Pill can save me from this, bro. Only King Pill can save me from this. Nobody can save me like King Pill right now. Where's King Pill when you need him? So, yeah. Not the best. If you don't learn nothing from this, the same way you lose is the same way you win is the same way you'll probably end up losing. This wasn't smart. Attacking children, sending threats at a child's school. Not the best move, bro. Not the best move. And then you're gonna sit here and say no jumper gang, knowing all the drama that you bring into Adam's building. I'm gonna follow up with this though. I'm gonna follow up with this. Say what you want to say. All this started because you had an opportunity to box me in a ring, and you turning that down hurt your pride and your feelings so much that now this is how you conduct yourself. Free Avenue Angel till he's free.